Fridge Whisperer. We're going to be cooking from the Fridge Whisperer 50 Fast and Fabulous Family Faves. And today what I thought I'd do is a roasted red pepper hummus. You can buy it already made in the supermarket, but it's such a simple appetizer dip to make in the summer when, you know, in a pinch, if you've got company coming you didn't know you were having. So I thought maybe I'd show you how to do it from scratch today. So what you need, the secret ingredient is tahini, and that's a roasted, toasted sesame seed paste. You can find it in the supermarket, in the ethnic aisle, or sometimes you can find it in the nut butters aisle beside the peanut butter and the almond paste. And again, just a can of chickpeas. 19-ounce can, 750 milliliters. You want to drain it, but you want to reserve a little bit of the chickpea fluid, because the canning liquid, because sometimes you need to augment the thickness, consistency of the red pepper hummus. And roasted red pepper, you can roast off one yourself. I only need a quarter of a cup, so what I did is I just bought one from the olive cart at the supermarket. And we're going to chop that up. And some garlic. It's a Middle Eastern dip. You've got to have garlic and lemon in it. And then what I have here is just a teaspoon of ground cumin, a half a teaspoon of coriander, and a half a teaspoon of cayenne. If you don't like the heat, you can either back out the cayenne or just leave it out altogether. And what you need is a food processor. You can make it from scratch with a fork, but it's not going to be as smooth. So what I want to do first is just open up my chickpeas and reserve some of the liquid. So I'm not going to open the can all the way. I'm just going to open it about 3/4 of the way. And then I'm just going to take the juice out like this, the canning liquid. I mean, you could augment it with water too, but obviously the canning liquid has much more flavor in it. So there we go. So in goes the can of chickpeas. Reserve the liquid. And so with the roasted red peppers, you just want to do a rough chop on that because they're going to be chopped up in with the peppers anyway. So just one way, just a rough chop like that. Goes in with the chickpeas. Now garlic, again, this is at the bottom end, the root end. So if you just snip that off and then just give it a little hit with the side of your knife like that, and you pinch it, all the paper will come off in one. So just again, a rough chop on that. I want a couple of cloves of garlic. Again, the root end, knock it off, smack it, pinch the top, all the paper comes off in one. And then I'm going to put in all my spices at once. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in the zest of 1 lemon. Okay, so you want a rasp like this. You can get these in any kitchen store. It's really great for zesting the lemon. So what I want is the zest of the entire lemon, and then I want a quarter cup of juice. When you're getting lemons, especially in the winter time, get ones that are really pliable. It means that there's less peel and more juice inside. And then just give it a little roll like this. You break down the membranes inside and you'll get a little more juice out of it. So I'm doing that first. It's already washed, so I'm just going to go in and just zest off the lemon. You can also use a box grater, the fine side of a box grater if you don't have a microplane like this, but this just makes really quick work of it. And the wash-up's really fast too. Okay, so the lemon zest is in, and so I'm just going to cut that. And I'm going to get my reamer here. And I want a quarter cup. You can measure if you want, but really, it's just a dip. So what I do is I do half a lemon, and then I'll taste it. And then if it needs a little more brightening up, I'll add the other half a lemon. And then just through my fingers so I don't get the seeds in there. Okay, now for the star of the show, and that's the tahini. So when you get it, oftentimes the tahini will set up and you'll get a separation of the oil and the paste. So what you want to do is take a nice long-handled wooden spoon and really get in there. And I need a quarter cup of tahini. Again, I just eyeball it. If you're making it for the first time, maybe you'll want to go in and measure it into a quarter cup measure. So I just kind of think 1 big spoon like this pretty much is what I need. And again, you just taste it at the end. And then I'm going to put a little bit of fresh coriander in there too, I think. So, get all this out of the way. And I'm going to toss it a little bit. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the feed tube for this. And I need a couple of tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil to get it started. Use a nice, good, fruity extra virgin for this. And again, just kind of eyeball it. I mean, 10 Mississippi would probably do it. A little bit of salt. I like to use kosher salt. This is actually a sea salt from France. I really like it. A little bit of freshly ground pepper. Go easy on the pepper because you've got the cayenne in there. And then I'm just going to go give it a whiz. Add a little bit of that reserved juice to get it to the consistency that I want. And I'm just going to stop it, and I'm going to just clean around the bowl. And just keep going. Okay, so that's pretty smooth. Now I just want to taste it now. Let me just get a spoon here. I'm going to taste it for seasoning. See how we go. That's pretty darn good. And it's got a real kick from the cayenne. So if you want to back it out, go ahead. We like it hot and spicy at this house. So what I'm going to do is just take it off ever so gently. Hold your finger underneath and then just put it in a bowl. And putting the roasted red pepper in is really an unusual, unexpected ingredient in the pepper and the hummus. So, you know, you put it in, everybody knows you're going to have made it from scratch. So serve that. I like a little bit of coriander on here, so I'm just going to get a little bit of coriander out of here. What I do is I've always had coriander and parsley in the thing. I always put it in a different glass so I know which one is which. And then really all I want to do with the coriander is just kind of fold it like that and then just run my knife through it. There's coriander in there already, so this is just cilantro, and it's more for garnish, just for the decoration. So really, how hard was that, you know? And it's a really easy go-to dip when you have company coming in. You always have tahini. Once you open it, because it's a nut butter, I would keep it in the fridge. I know people that keep it in their pantry, but better safe than sorry. So I tell you so, let's see you the next time. This is Chef Deb from the Fridge Whisperer, 50 Fast and Fabulous Family Faves.